So this is the studio right now. It is definitely taken over by everything craft and design. I've got stuff all over the dog bed. I've just got stuff everywhere. Literally everywhere. If you saw my video over on YouTube about how I have a messy studio, my messy weaving studio tour, this is that times like, I don't even know, times a lot. Because I just, I'm not cleaning up after myself right now. I'm really just trying to make sure stuff is done in time for the show. So there's that piece that I just finished. I went ahead and got the hang wire on that. And here is a bunch of the other small pieces, as well as my thing of stickers. And there's some that are already packed up and ready to go.
Saw your silhouette in the backlight. Swear we could have met in a past life. Dreaming every night like the last time. So I end all my days with you. Yeah, we should share a backseat in a taxi to get home. No need for either of us at this point to sleep alone. 'Cause I don't like ending my days with you. You can waste my time if that's what you wanna do. Oh, I don't mind if all that you say is not true. No, I don't mind. I just wanna end all my days with If I'm being honest, baby, I don't really care what this is. 'Cause I've been feeling all this lately. Kinda wishing that a heart just didn't exist. I've been picking up the pieces of the things that you do. I'm always second guessing what could be your next move. Yeah, I'm just trying to see it from your point of view. Never told you that I need you 'cause I thought that you knew. But I don't mind ending my days with you. You can waste my time if that's what you wanna do. Oh, I don't mind if all that you say is not true. Oh, I don't mind. I just wanna end all my days with you. End all my days with you. Saw your silhouette in the backlight. Swear we could have met in a past life. Dreaming every night like the last time. So I end all my days with you. If all that you say is not true, I don't mind. I just wanna end all my days with you. Wake up in the morning light. Feel the rhythm, feel the mind. Every step is just a fight. On this stage of life tonight. Dreams are calling, stick around. Hear the music, feel the sound. In this heartbeat we are found. Living life is so profound. It's a way of life we choose. Every win and every bruise. In this dance we never lose. Living wild, no time to snooze. Through the darkness, through the pain. Every challenge, every game. Like a storm, like pouring rain. Wash away what's not in vain. day and in the night. Find your fire, find your light. Burn it bright with all your might. It's a way of life we choose. Every win and every bruise. In this dance we never lose. Living wild, no time to snooze. Through the darkness, through the pain, every challenge, every game. Like a storm, like pouring rain, wash away what's not in vain. Carry on and hold on tight, in the day and in the night. Find your fire, find your light. Burn it bright with all your might, yeah. It's a way of life we choose. Every win and every bruise. In this dance we never lose. Living wild, no time to snooze. In the morning light we stand, hand in hand we make our plans. With dreams as big as the sky, nothing can stop you and I. Through the storm and through the rain, through the joy and through the pain. With each step we're growing strong. This is where we both belong. Rise together, you and me, shining bright for all to see. Every mountain we will climb, side by side till end of time. When the nights are cold and long, we'll still sing our hopeful song. Hearts in sync, we keep the pace. Together we'll find our place. Through the storm and through the rain, through the joy and through the pain. With each step we're growing strong. This is where we both belong. Rise together, you and me, shining bright for all to see. Every mountain we will climb, side by side till end of time. When the nights are cold and long, we still sing our hopeful song. Hearts in sync, we keep the pace. Together we'll find our place. Life can be a winding road, with the ups and with the lows. But with you I'm never lost. Every bridge we will cross. Feel the power, feel the love, guiding us from high above. With our spirits intertwined, we will conquer every climb. In the morning light we stand, hand in hand we make our plans. With dreams as big as the sky, nothing can stop you and I.
Alright, so let's talk about the show. So it's now been a couple of weeks since the Craft and Design show, and since then we've had Thanksgiving. I was the matron of honor in my friend's wedding. We've got the holidays coming up, so I was making some presents and just trying to do normal everyday life stuff. And that means that the studio is still a mess, and messier than normal. So I'd say it's about as messy as it was right before the show. So as you can see, I still have the pegboard over here, which I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with. I got stuff all over the floor, but it's fine. I'll figure it out, I'll clean it up. And actually, if that would be something that you'd be interested in watching, then let me know. If you would like to watch a studio vlog of me cleaning the studio, we can clean our studios together. So just let me know in the comments if that's something that y'all are interested in. I have to do it regardless, so just let me know if I should record it. For the actual show though, the TLDR of the whole thing is that it was amazing and I absolutely want to do it again. Now, the long answer on that is that it was amazing and I really, really enjoyed it. I had so much fun. Now, I had a lot of people ask me if I wanted to do the show again or do other shows while like the show was still going. So like Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I had people asking me these questions and I couldn't give them an exact answer because I wasn't totally sure because I was feeling good in the moment. I was also feeling absolutely exhausted, but I was feeling good in the moment. But I wanted some time to kind of take a little break from everything so I could step back and look back on everything. And now that it's been a couple of weeks, I can say I do want to do it again. Now, it is a jury show, so I have to apply and actually get into the show to do it again, but I'm definitely going to be applying for 2025. So hopefully you will get to see me go through that whole process because I will put it all on video. Assuming I get in, I will let y'all know. Now, as far as the other shows go, probably don't want to do those, at least not right now. You may have noticed I've got a lot of stuff going on between YouTube and Patreon and my site where I'm writing articles, got my ebooks and my online course, trying to work on another online course for 2025 to get that done, plus teaching in person and weaving, and then somewhere in there I've got to actually have a life. I don't think it is feasible to do more shows than just the one big one at the end of the year. It was never really my plan to do shows anyway. My goal was always just to show my work in galleries and things like that. But I really wanted to try this out and I did really enjoy it. But I think it was a lot of work and I just don't have time to devote to doing regular shows right now. And that's okay because I don't think I have to do everything. I'm already doing enough, I think. So I think shows, at least for now, or other shows are going to be sort of not on my radar, but that is subject to change because you never know how things will go. So let's talk about the things that I've learned. So one of the big things that I learned and that I applied to my booth before the show, so this is something that I learned prior to the craft and design show, but I think it's pretty important to talk about, is having items in your booth at multiple price points. So not only having the higher ticket weavings, wall hangings or ceramics or whatever you're selling, but also having smaller items that are generally under about $50 because your average person isn't going to be able to come into your booth on a whim and spend $4,000 on a tapestry, unfortunately. Instead, you're going to get a lot of people that are, especially this time of year, looking for presents. And if you're looking for presents, you're probably looking for smaller items that are less expensive so you can buy more of them. That was one of the reasons why I had a lot of ornaments and necklaces that were $35, $25, and they were hand woven. So not only were they lower ticket items, they were still handmade. Because in my booth, I also had kits and stickers and cards, and those things were all also under $50, but they didn't sell as well as the handmade items. So if you can find a way to have an item that is handmade and under $50, it should be a pretty good item for you to sell because that's kind of what people are looking for. They want something that they can buy without having to really worry about it hitting their bank account. $4,000 for a weaving is going to probably make a big dent in a lot of people's bank accounts, but $35 is something that they can probably buy without really thinking about it. So definitely having multiple price points is very helpful. Now here's the thing that I learned that sounds really obvious, but it wasn't. And that is to make things unbelievably obvious as to what's going on. So I was already doing some of that. I made sure to price everything very clearly. Everything had signs with how much it was. But one thing that I didn't think about was how I was displaying my ornaments. I had a sign that said ornaments. It was necklaces and ornaments, but I had the word ornaments on it, on my sign, and it had some Christmassy themed ornaments, and I wasn't selling them. Now these are the $35 and $25 items like I just talked about, the low price point things that I thought were really going to be my big sellers for the show. And Friday and Saturday first 2 days of the show, I think I sold 2 of them. And honestly, I was getting a little scared. But what happened, I talked to some of my booth neighbors, and I'll get to them in a minute because they were amazing. But I talked to some of my booth neighbors and another artist friend that came around, and they were saying that it wasn't obvious what they were, despite the fact that it said ornaments. Because if you really think about it, these people are coming through, and there's 160 plus artists, which means 160 plus booths to look at, and there's however many items in everyone's booth. Honestly, it's overload. So you need to be able to tell them what things are in the simplest terms that you can. And the simplest terms you can is visual. So reading the word ornaments is not going to jump out at people. Seeing an ornament on a Christmas tree, there is absolutely no doubt what that is. And bringing in a Christmas tree on Sunday made a huge difference. I sold so many more ornaments on Sunday. I'm mad at myself that I didn't realize this sooner. I could have sold so many more. But it's a really good learning experience that you really have to make it so simple and obvious what's going on. All right, and last but not least, it was all about the people I met along the way. But seriously, my booth neighbors were absolutely amazing. As someone who's never done a show before, I realized that I don't really have a lot to compare it to. But I can't imagine having booth neighbors that were any better than the ones that I had. They were all so kind and generous and helpful and just fun to hang out with during the show. Because whenever there was any downtime, like before or after the show started, or even during the show, if there was like a little bit of a lull, or during the dinner that we had on Saturday night that VisArts put on for all the artists, or anything like that, everyone was just absolutely amazing. So my booth neighbors specifically, I spent the most time with them, but also other artists in the show that I've just met at other shows before, either at Craft and Design or at the ACC show, that remembered me and I remembered them, and we talked, and they were genuinely excited that I had a booth this year. And it was really amazing, this community that comes together in shows like this, of all of these artists that understand what we're all going through. We're all going through the same thing. We're putting ourselves out there, we're showing our artwork, we're trying to sell because this is also our business and we've got bills to pay and mouths to feed, right? Even if it's just mine and my husband's and my dogs. Everybody understands, and it's really an amazing community to be a part of. And that was one of the things that made me want to do this show the most, was walking through the Craft and Design show last year, where I usually teach at their little education wing at the show, where they have little workshops for like kids or adults who want to come, and I usually teach weaving on like a little mini frame loom or cardboard or something like that, and then I walk around the show. And for some reason last year, it just kind of clicked to me that this was something that I wanted to be a part of, that all of these people were so amazing, and I wanted to be able to experience this as well. And that's one of the reasons why last November during the show, I literally said, I'm going to do this next year. And then I did, and I'm so happy I did. And a big part of it was the people, the artists that were there. Now, they were all absolutely amazing, and I hope to see them again in future shows, at ACC show, which I usually like to go to, or next year at the Craft and Design show, which I will hopefully be in again. But also, a big shout out to all of the people that were just at the show. Just seeing everything that was there, visiting booths, and specifically the ones that were visiting my booth. And so I had a lot of friends come to see the show and who came to my booth and who were absolutely amazing and encouraging and helpful, but also the people that I'd never met before in my life who came to my booth and talked to me about my artwork and about teaching and about weaving and asking questions and genuinely being interested in all of it. It was so amazing to be a part of that. And every day I got home, I just felt so wired and excited. So much that it was hard for me to sleep, which was hard because I was so exhausted. It was a whole thing. But being around those people was honestly just amazing. And I would do it again just for that, just to be around the other artists and to be around the people that were viewing my art. Honestly, I had so many people gave me basically the same compliment. And it's honestly one of the best compliments that you can get as an artist, And that was people saying that they've never seen artwork like mine before and that it was so unique. As an artist, like really, there's not much better than that, because it's so, you're putting your heart and soul into something, and having somebody come up and be able to recognize that and to acknowledge that you have your own voice, that you are doing something different, which in 2024, people have been making art forever, but you're doing something that they've never seen before. And that feels really good. It really makes you feel like you're going in the right direction and makes you want to continue with everything that you're doing. And not that I wasn't going to continue anyway, because I absolutely was, but it definitely feels good to know that there are people out there appreciating what you're doing. Especially for me, because that's why I make art. I make art, I weave because I want people to see it. I want people to experience it. Actually, one of my favorite pieces was at the show, and it was smack dab in the middle of the back and really brought a lot of people in exactly like I wanted them to. And when they were telling me, a lot of people would be like, oh, this one's my favorite, this one's my favorite. And I'd be like, oh, well, that, I would tell them which one was my favorite, which is Dismantle. And I actually had one guy ask me, well, if it's your favorite, why are you selling it? And it's because it's my favorite, yes, but I didn't make it for me. I mean, I put my heart and soul in it, but I made it for other people to see. I made it for other people to experience that, and I'm still making art. I hope that I'm gonna make another favorite piece. I hope that a piece that I made in 2020 isn't gonna be my favorite piece for the rest of my life, because I plan to keep going and to keep trying new things, keep experimenting, keep making. So I better make a new favorite piece. So I might as well sell that one and let somebody else experience it and make a little room in my studio and in my mind for a new favorite piece as I keep making. And it was also really fun to watch people tell me about their favorite pieces and what pieces were really resonating with them. So some of the pieces that I had a lot of people really, really like were my new shadow box pieces, which is really awesome because those are also some of the pieces I'm most excited about right now. And I only just started making these shadow box pieces like a month or two ago. And so I had 3 of them at the show. I sold one of them, and the other 2 I still have. But I had a lot of people telling me that those were their favorite and they really, really liked them. And that's awesome to hear, because it lets me know that, yes, I'm excited about them. Other people are excited about them. I should definitely keep doing these. And so I was telling them, oh, well, I'm getting a lot of great response on these and I'm really enjoying them too. I think I'm going to make a nice big one and maybe it'll be here next year. So that was kind of a fun thing to be able to put out and say, I'm going to try and get a big one done. I'm going to try and have it here for next year. You like this piece? Come back and see that piece next year. So that's a really fun thing to be able to see how people respond and interact with your art, because you don't always get that. Like, you put it on Instagram and people like it and a couple people will comment, but seeing their faces and how they react to the artwork is way different. And honestly, it's really amazing and a fun thing to do as an artist. So that's basically a wrap on the Craft and Design Show. And like I said at the beginning of this talking session, we are getting close to the holidays. Now, unfortunately, it is too late to guarantee product arrival before the holidays get here. If you order something physical from the shop, you can still order it. I just can't guarantee it'll get here before the 25th. But if you're looking for a present for the weaver in your life or yourself, then all of my digital products, so my ebooks and my online course, are available and they get delivered basically instantly, and you can gift them as well. And then there's also Patreon. So my Patreon, I've got 3 levels, and you can gift any one of the 3 levels for up to a year. Gift it to yourself, again, or gift it to your weaver friends or somebody who just wants to support a weaver. And there you get different things depending on the level that you subscribe to. So all of the levels come with Discord access, as well as an exclusive monthly video where I am usually weaving and talking about future plans and ideas. At higher levels, you also get patterns and discounts, as well as early access to all products. There's also raffles and just a bunch of other stuff. So make sure to check out the Patreon page. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, all the fun YouTube things. It really does help me out and pushes this out to other weaving people. So happy holidays, and happy weaving.
Saw you soon